All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment you have been waiting for. Everybody, here is the ancient cave race with eLmaGus and Elieson. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, RPG. Hello and welcome everybody. Hope you're having a pleasant evening. My name is eLmaGus. Been running 1 or 2 times already for this marathon, and with me is Elieson. Hello.
Hey, eLmaGus, great to meet you.
Yeah, first time we're actually racing. Interestingly enough, we've both been running the cave for a long time right now, but we've never actually raced against each other.
No, even in Fatal Blowout, we didn't get the chance to be in with each other, which was unfortunate. But I've been watching your strategies, and I've seen your world records, and I decided that in order to beat you, I must somehow conquer luck.
Well,
I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Everything's up in the air. So for those who don't know, Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals is an RPG for the Super Nintendo. And, you know, you can play the game normally, plays like any other RPG. It's a very good game, can recommend. But it also has a bonus dungeon called the Ancient Cave, and that is what we are going to be doing. So if you beat the game twice, you get a bonus mode unlocked called Gift Mode. And you can exclusively use that for the bonus dungeon. Select all the characters you have available in the game freely. And yeah, what the Ancient Cave actually is, it's a 100 floor dungeon, randomly generated, with lots of fun in there. We're going to be starting on level 1 with all the characters and no equipment, basically. So it's going to be a hoot and a half, and our goal is to somehow make it through there and kill the boss at the end. That's the premise here. And of course we're racing, because we're, you know, crazy. But yeah, unless anybody has any last-minute donations, we are all set on the names and stuff, just going to get a confirmation in for that, and then I guess we're good to go.
We have a different name for the capsule monster, but Cecil is the winning name for Maxim.
Alright, good stuff.
Do we have a picked capsule monster? Or do we only have a name?
Scala left it at the question mark, so I don't know what that means for her.
Yeah,
I'll take that as free pick.
Free pick, yeah. I'm gonna go with Blaze then, I don't know. Mix it up a little bit, you know.
If you're gonna take Blaze, I think I'll take Seppi, because there's nothing wrong with the little fish bat.
Alright.
And our 4th, for confirmation?
Salon. That's still Salon.
Salon still? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to very hard remind myself that I have to actually pick Salon, because, you know, if you run this game, you usually just pick the 3 same characters, but yeah. We'll see. Alright,
Oh, one last thing. How do you spell the name? Just type it out so I don't screw it up, because I will. I'm a great typoologist.
For Maxim, the name?
No, for pet.
The pet name is Tia, actually, which I actually kind of enjoy.
Oh, perfect.
Interesting. Alright, but yeah, we're good to go. RPG, do you want to count us down?
Sure. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good
and
luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, eLmaGus. This will be a romp.
Alright, let's first make sure we pick the right characters. Alright, we did. Congratulations. And then we need to pick the right capsule monster and rename it.
So the winning capsule monster name right now is Tia. T-I-A.
Yeah. We can change the capsule monster name anytime we want, by the way, so that could be running or whatever, if it needs to be. But yeah, as I mentioned, we're going to run in here, and in Lufia 2 you have the enemies on the map in dungeons, and just like that, it's also in the Ancient Cave. So if you run close to an enemy, you get into an encounter with the enemy, and as you can see, the enemies also move like idiots, in my case. So yeah, whenever you move, enemies move in a certain way as well, so the really hard part about the Ancient Cave is that you have to try and maneuver around enemies for the most part. It is very hard to level just on a couple encounters, so the real trick here is to try and dodge as many encounters as you can. which I'm not really successful in. I will have to fight this encounter now.
Now, one interesting thing about the Ancient Cave is that it's pretty much celebrated as a glorified randomizer, but not everything is randomized. The contents of chests are randomized to an extent. For instance, the early floors won't give you the most powerful swords and armor right off the bat. And the equipment in terms of armor and stuff is kind of glitched out in the sense that after you pass floor 9, you won't be finding accessories or helmets for some unexplainable reason. As you proceed through, though, you'll notice that we could be collecting a randomized assortment of spells and items like potions and things. As far as that kind of inventory goes, spells can be found on any floor, any spell. The same goes for healing items, potions, magic restoratives. So in terms of what we're going to find, there's a little bit of consistency of what we'll start finding based on location, but that's about all we can hope for. Blizzard.
Gonna have to answer High Spirits in Discord, hold on. He doesn't know what to do with his life. Careful.
I'll tell you my absolute favorite thing about this game is that you can play it one-handed, and that's because the L button on a SNES controller does pretty much about everything that you could ever ask it to do. It opens up goods, it allows you to select and confirm actions, it's really convenient. So as I'm screaming and shouting and pointing at the computer or the TV in disgust, I can continue moving.
Yep. Find a horse rock in a chest. Very rare item. Sadly
Deadly.
not that great. Ooh, deadly rod. Do you want to explain the deadly weapons? One of the most essential things we can find.
Yeah, the deadly weapons in this game are pretty incredible because they are Ancient Cave exclusive items. They can only be found in here, and their perk is that they have an 80% chance to instantly kill a non-undead enemy that it targets. If you attack an undead enemy like a skeleton or a zombie, it won't do anything, and that's inconvenient. But anything else, from the lowly jelly to the scary horses and everything else, can be just slaughtered instantly. Now, it's a cursed item, which means if you equip it, you need to find a curse lifter to take it off. And if you don't find the curse lifter, then you're stuck fighting the jelly at the end of the dungeon with a weapon that has very low attack stats and the instant kill property that doesn't actually work on the boss. If you do find a curse lifter and uncurse your deadly weapon, deadly sword or rod in this case, you're given an ability or an IP ability which does a fractional amount of damage to the final boss or the jelly, and that is a huge convenience because the jelly has 9,980 hit points, and it's very difficult to do that much damage in the amount of time in which the game forces you to have to try to do it in.
Indeed.
Oh, and there's my curse lifter.
Easy game, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Easy game.
Spark back to back. This is one thing that you'll learn about the cave. The cave has a tendency to give you things, but just as easy as it can give you things that you want, it can just take them away without any second thought. So you're seeing me find a couple of neat things like some spells. I found some offensive spells, and eLmaGus, I believe, has found some healing spells, which is pretty nice.
I did find Rally, which... that's always pretty nice to have, because it's a revival spell, and those are pretty rare. There's only 2 of them.
Yep, so I found some good offensive stuff, but Rally is important. One thing you'll notice as we're running around, and I'm just about to finish up this battle and step on something, is there's things in here called healing tiles. Healing tiles restore your hit points, which is obviously a big deal. But if you don't find a healing tile, then you're forced to recover your energy back by using potions or using other kinds of just medicinal items or spells. And there's a pretty much hard limit on MP. It's as much MP as you have, and based on the items you find, limited to that too. So you're not going to very often have chances to just spam spells, whether they be powerful offensive tools or for healing and recovery. You gotta be careful.
I like this floor. This is a pretty nice floor. I have a treasure room, a so-called treasure room here, but it's on a core floor.
Oh.
Alright, so these cores that I am about to fight here, these are essentially, if you know Dragon Quest, these are the metal slimes of the game. Which essentially means if they stay and I get to kill them, I get a ton of experience, and these guys are the main way for us to keep up with experience while still going fast through the cave. Now there is no guarantee that we get them, of course, but yeah, our aim is that they will show up in different forms throughout the cave run here. The further down we go, and our aim is to get as many of them as possible, especially in a marathon run. I also have a blue chest here, which is a special thing. So normally the Ancient Cave, while playing through the normal game, is kind of just intended to be like a bonus dungeon, and in these blue chests you can find items like this amazing blaze sword for Salan, that are super powerful, and blue chests signify that you can take the items out with you. So normally when you do the Ancient Cave, all the red chests I find right now you could never take out with you. So, but the blue chests are different. You can take them in and out as you please, which is super nice.
That's not quite true. There are some chests, some red chests that contain items called iris items. They do come out of the Ancient Cave with you if you escape either by using Providence or defeating the jelly, but they're effectively useless in the context of this run. They are unequipable, they do nothing, they take up space, they disappoint you.
They also haunt Magus's dreams at night.
No,
they're
never.
just an overall disappointment.
Yeah. They have a cool jingle though when you find one of them. Alright, we got one core, which is pretty okay. I'd be happy with that. Get a chance at another one here though. Also, I'm gonna have to get used to use Artie in the third slot. That's very unusual. Ooh, we get 2 more actually. Very nice.
How many cores have you actually defeated?
3 so far.
Okay, I've got 2 plus a couple of other randoms here and there.
Yeah. So normally in a normal PB attempt we would just hunt for like 1 and then be like, alright, that's good enough, you know. But the more you can get, honestly, for a marathon run, the better. Because this is, as we all talked about, it's very random. And, yeah, it plays like a roguelike, it is, you know, classified as a roguelike, and that also means that this run can die at almost any point. I mean, at the start here, very unlikely, obviously, but the further we go down, the more dangerous it gets. And there's things that will just ultimately kill you whenever they want. So the more levels you can get, the better.
In terms of EXP, I'm not expecting either of us to top level 40 by the time we reach the final floor, assuming that we actually do reach the final floor. Cores, in particular red cores, are pretty cool in that they give a ton of experience. 1 core, if you're at base level, will turn you up to level 9, which is really super duper convenient. Ooh, a snow sword.
Ha! Nice! That's also for Salon, that's pretty funny.
So you got the blaze, and I got the snow.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
That's pretty funny. We would be cursing right now if we would have any other party member, almost.
Hey, I would have brought Tia. I don't know about you.
I would still be cursing.
Ooh, 2 more cores, too. Snow sword and 2 cores. Ah! Ah, that's 4 total.
Not bad. I think we both have a very reasonable start here so far. Like, healing is guaranteed on my side. I have okay equipment. You got the deadly, the cores, everything. Yeah, seems pretty good. False sense of security, obviously.
A treasure room right after the cores. Yeah, this is my 3rd treasure room that I've seen, although it's the 2nd one that I have to actually walk through, it looks like.
Ooh, dragon. That's a tier 3 elemental water spell. which is of course super useful.
You're seeing me fight deadlies here, and I'm sorry, you're seeing me fight skeletons here, and I'm using Artie to cast Spark on them. Again, he has the deadly rod, so his rod doesn't have a chance to one-shot them. Spark, in his case, though, does, because they're just that weak to fire. Everyone else does a pretty effective job at whatever it is that they need to do.
I'm getting reasonably small floors for the most part, unfortunately. I would really like to get more chests early on. But we will have to take what we can get, eh?
Oh, someone says my window is frozen. Uh-oh. Says I have a reconnect attempting.
Oh, okay, so you disconnected. I mean...
Reconnection successful. Okay, should be back in just a minute then. Sorry, folks. Stream is kicking me out. Ooh, a Berserk Blade. You wanna go ahead and tell them what is so awesome about Berserk Blades?
The Berserk Blade is super powerful. Very great stuff, but there's two problems with it. One, because it is so powerful, you will automatically equip with it, and the problem with that is that it's cursed as well. And it's Shadow Elemental, so it also won't deal damage to like any undeads and stuff. And yeah, once you have, we talked about this with the Deadly, if you have a cursed weapon on, you can't unequip it, which is really, really, really bad. So it's not like, you know, if you have it equipped that is super horrible. But for the purpose of this run, we want to keep our options open as much as possible. So equipping it is almost never an option, unless you somehow have 3 curse lifters, I suppose. I don't know. That seems like a bit too much.
The typical way to deal with a Berserk Blade is to feed it to your pet.
There's the Air Whip. Lol. Oh, another blue chest. And the Gloom Jewel. Neat.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh, Champion.
Ooh, that's really good. Champion is the best healing spell in the game. It's a tier 3 healing spell and it's super broken. Most of the spells actually scale off like intelligence at least slightly. Champion always has a base healing of 250 at the very least, so even if you multicast it. So even though like someone like Maxim who has absolutely terrible intelligence, he can still use Champion and heal you completely. Which is super nice. Hello! These pumpkins are not agreeing with me today. Okay.
Oh, another Berserk Blade. Oh, you're really tempting me to do auto-equip game. Yeah, one quick thing you'll notice is that eLmaGus and I, when we're talking about getting our equipment ready, is that we're smashing through auto-equip, probably in most scenarios, to just slap on whatever the strongest thing that we can be. Because the Berserk Blade is so powerful, not only is it easy to equip because of its high power just being a temptation to have something that's strong, but it automatically equips itself because the game's auto-equip doesn't look at practicality or curses, it just looks at raw attack power.
Yep.
Question from Panzer Dave in the chat. Why do we enter the stairs from the bottom? We enter the stairs from the bottom because we are extremely OCD and we just have no choice but to do that.
Exactly.
Offsetting it somehow. But there is another perk. Depending on the direction in which you enter the stairs from on a particular floor, you'll arrive on the next floor. Dragon Spear. You'll arrive on the next floor with the direction of whatever you're facing being the same as you enter the stairs from. Now, enemies never start off facing up. They always start facing downward if they have a direct face. So, to prevent yourself from getting back attacked by stepping downstairs and potentially ending up immediately into a room full of enemies that could just attack you from any direction. It gives you the best chance to survive by giving you a, at worst, 50-50 chance of getting a back attack encounter.
This sword is going to be annoying me for a long time here, apparently.
I slapped the Deadly Rod on Artie extremely early, and now I have a Dragon Spear. That's very disappointing.
Oh yeah, oh man, that sucks. Dragon Spear is one of the best weapons you can get. It's one of the only weapons that boosts your agility, and not only does it do that by a little bit, but by like a whooping, I believe 50? Which is absolutely nuts. Absolutely crazy. To put that into perspective, your base agility is probably around like 80 on level 1 for Artie, and then you get up to like 130. So plus 50 is pretty good.
I suppose I could use the Curse Lifter to take off the Deadly Rod now and just have it prepped for later. But pretty soon, you might see a reason for me to keep the Deadly Rod equipped. We're in the 20s right now, or at least I'm in the 20s, I don't know where eLmaGus is at. And the enemies here aren't that scary, but sometimes it's nice just to have an instant kill on a few of the things that run around here. The scariest things of which are bees, which you wouldn't think would be all overly that terrifying, but they're pretty much always faster than you and hit really hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm also walking around the 20s right now. Trying to not die. Very hard.
I see a Starbird in the chat. Hello. Starbird ran, he didn't run yet, but he's running later on in the event. So I'm excited to see a Phantasy Star player. Now, one thing you'll notice is that sometimes enemies will move in specific patterns, like the red snakes here, or vipers always move to the left or to the right. If you're like me, you'll just run right into them, which is a really dumb mistake. But you can kind of use it to influence where the enemies go, so that way you can get around them. There's other things you can do to get enemies to move where you want them to without necessarily walking into their path. Trick? Wow. One of which is the R swipe. If you hold the R trigger on the controller, you will be able to kind of twist and turn your direction in which you're facing without actually moving. If you hold the direction in which you're wanting to move, you can simulate yourself as walking, and then an enemy will move as though it will be reacting to the direction in which you're choosing to walk. So if you just saw a moment ago, I made a dragon just move up and down by swiping my sword. And in some cases that can be really convenient because enemies can be right in your face, but you can trick them to, say, walking down a hallway without looking even at you. Now we're opening so many chests because we need to find survival items to make our way down to the final floor in which we can conquer the jelly. But there's also something else that we're looking for. Stuff that will allow us to kill the jelly. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, eLmaGus?
Probably a lot of aprons, to be honest.
Ah, perfect, yeah. An apron shield would be nice too, wouldn't it?
That would actually be nice, yeah. No, but there's certain weapons we already kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but this game has attacks called IP attacks that are based on the stuff you have equipped. So they kind of work like limit breaks. Whenever you get hit, you fill up your IP bar, and depending on how full it is, you can utilize certain weapons and their special IP abilities. And some of them, Ellie already mentioned that earlier, have like HP based attack, for instance, which for a boss with 10,000 HP is what we're looking for. So that is essentially the stuff We need, particularly, namely, we both want a Decker Blade. That's a weapon Decker can equip, and it's the best one for the jelly at the end. But there is other stuff we need, like Uncursed Deadlies have HP cutting attacks. Way later on, the Old Sword and the Mythblade, those are the things we want. And yeah, that we're looking for. Fortunately, I seem to not be finding any of these so far. But, you know, luck can change.
Now, in terms of why weapons like the Decker Blade and the Old Sword are so important, the Decker Blade has an IP ability that utilizes the entirety of your little yellow bar at the bottom of your battle screen, for Decker in particular. It deals 50% with a little bit of a variable damage to the jelly in one hit, which, as you can assume, is a pretty big deal. Using other powerful attacks is great, but using those percentage-based attacks to just chew off a huge chunk before you let your high damage attacks kick in is really, really helpful. Old Sword and the Deadly Sword are both pretty good with their IP abilities. The swords both have an ability that does 1/6% of damage. The Mythblade does 1/4. This is a horrible floor. Oh boy. And the Deadly Rod does, excuse me for a sec while I think, 1/8%. Is that right?
That is correct.
Sorry, I'm scared of lions in a hallway.
Yeah, I killed lions as well.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
Definitely.
$20 from Lookin' Toad. Love the ancient cave. Good luck to both runners. And Lookin' Toad, if you have somewhere incentive-wise you would like to put that $20, you can let us know in chat, or you can PM one of the Valkyries.
I have a tip for you. You want to put it towards Deborah for the waifu bid war for DQ5. That's my hot tip, but you know.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's a hot tip.
I have just kind of off the side of my eye on my phone. I'm watching the stream on the side. I saw you just walked away from a blue chest. Why did you walk away from a blue chest?
I don't want any more blue chest items. I have to fight one soon though. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Is it mandatory? Really?
Yeah, this looks to be very mandatory. I'm gonna double check it, of course, but we are in a bit of trouble here, boys. We are in a bit of a pickle. I have absolutely no way of... Okay, it's just one. Just kill it. Absolutely no way of dodging that blue chest.
Blue mimics are scary because not only do they have high stats for the floor in which we're finding them on, not only do they have relatively high hit points and decent bulk, so they just are tough to take down in general. Not only do they typically come in 3s or 4s, but they have the insanely inconvenient ability to attack you through your defense with a area attack called Frenzy, which just hits everybody. It's the worst. More runs are lost probably towards blue mimics than anything else, second to maybe Archfiends, which are something we'll bring up later if we feel the need to.
Well, if we get there.
if we survive long enough to find them. Also, you'll notice a lot of enemies move out of the way. Of course, good old-fashioned blue mimics don't. Red mimics will chase you, blue mimics won't. It's kind of a real tease. Red mimics you can kind of spot a little easier because they're much more of a yellow shade of the color in which the red chest looks like under normal circumstances. They're also angry and gobble after you with big Pac-Man mouths. Blue mimics, they are kind of tough to distinguish from regular blue chests if you're playing on a CRTV, just because the only way to really tell them apart is to look at the sheen that's towards the top of the sprite for the blue chest. And if there's no sheen, a little kind of goldish glow, then that's a fake. And if it does have that sheen, then it's a real chest.
Okay, well...
I have a feeling that you're under a panic. Are you feeding Blaze?
I am feeding Blaze, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, are you feeding Tia?
I am. This won't make a difference, I feel. Well...
One other thing, if you notice, I'm fighting a couple of blue cars now. Well, there is a whole lot of randomization in this cave. There are some constants. I mentioned how the floors 1 through 9 will always have the potential to carry certain accessories. Certain floors, like floor 15, unlock the Decker Blade. Other things that are constants are what floor ranges certain enemies appear in. Blue cores, the second of the 4 different colored cores, or XP pools, or metal slimes, like eLmaGus was describing, appear between 32 and 34. So it's a good chance to take a little time, even in a speed run, of just a straight, direct rush to the finish run, because having the chance to find a core will be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I had absolutely zero chance there. Even if I was leveled higher or fought more, those things
they
just...
got ya.
Yeah, four in the way of the door.
Ouch.
Yeah, can't do much.
Did you survive a single round, at least?
I did kill one of them, yeah. I did kill one of them. Just 2. I even lived through 2 frenzies, but... Yeah.
Wow.
After that, it was, all ogre. So now I lost all my items. I lost everything because I died, and I have to start from scratch.
You could have avoided that.
I could Providence, but to be honest, even though it's a marathon, like, let's be real. Let's just play how we would usually play that. Cause like
Reset the game.
I mean,
Scream and shout for a few minutes.
it's just not like, you know, you could always just Providence and keep your blue chests at least, which would have been helpful for me, but like, you gotta try, man. You can't just chicken out. You gotta try.
You said there was a C ring in there. That would have been super nice. I don't remember what sword you had.
I had 2 Gloom Jewels, the Sea Ring, and the Blaze Sword, so that would have been very helpful.
And you had Blaze. I just realized it.
Yeah. Alright. But fortunately, I mean, an average run should take you about an hour and 20, an hour and 30 if you go really slow, so that's still within estimates for now. I'd rather die once to that than later on in 70, so there is that. Just gotta
I'm
try
fighting an
again.
enemy right now called a Cancer. I'm sorry, a Garbost. They drop a rock called a Cancer Rock at a pretty decent percentage. I just got one. Cancer Rocks have an IP ability that you can actually use multiple times per battle. They allow you to do multiple hits per round, which is really nice when you're trying to kill the jelly in a certain time limit, of course. In exchange of doing 1 attack, you'll do 2 attacks. Now, if I recall, the attacks are slightly weakened because they base themselves off of a different stat or something like that. I don't know exactly how that works. But because the jelly's defense stat, I think, is 2 or 4, some ridiculously low amount, Cancer Rocks.
It's essentially
hits.
non-existent, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Normally I would worry about getting a couple because they're just that good. I may take a chance to try and get one more. They give defense, which is convenient. So just as a little bit of a survival item. In this case, probably only Cecil will use it. But if I don't find a Decker Blade, then Decker could make some pretty high value of it as well.
Got an Aqua Helm. Not bad.
That's very good.
a little bit of a pick-me-up. Come on, Lizard.
The Aqua Helm is an RT exclusive weapon. What's so good about it is that it boosts your agility. And as eLmaGus already mentioned earlier, agility is a really important stat. Being able to run away from combat is super duper important because a lot of the enemies, especially in floors 50 plus, just outright demolish you. Even if you've leveled up and killed every single enemy on the way down to there in the process. Back attacks or strategic positioning and runaway tactics are a better strat for survival than almost anything else.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to straight up fight things at the very end. We have to be very cautious and everything helps. We gotta be dirty cheaters and back attack enemies and all that good stuff. Otherwise, they could just one-round us very easily.
The thing about back attacks is a back attack will allow you to have a full round of combat or an immediate free runaway before the enemy gets a chance to roll their speed checks and check against you and smash your face. One neat thing to do in those cases is to just outright obliterate the enemy that you're... Oh my gosh, a party room with ninjas. And I believe the stairs are through it. Ugh.
Enjoy.
I might be able to make it through.
I got my own party room with course again. So at least the game is consistent.
Magic. Deadly. Maybe that'll help. Oh, they're just assassins. I thought it was further in by now. Assassins are scary. There's two types of enemies that have this sprite, assassins and ninjas, which are black and purple variants of assassins. Assassins have an ability called guillotine, which is one of the game's straight up one-hit KO attacks. It can kill anybody that doesn't have a dark mirror shield equipped, which is a blue chest item, and already hard enough to acquire. Later on, we'll find ninjas, which have the ability to go 2 times per turn, or have the ability to use an attack called Knife Thrower, which is basically that frenzy that we ran into earlier on with eLmaGus and his good buddies, the mimics.
Yeah, and ninjas are even worse than blue mimics actually, so...
Ninjas will almost always outspeed you. They're just scary overall enemies.
Yep. I have to take care of these guys somehow.
Fortunately, we know where many of these enemies are in terms of their floor ranges. I just kind of lost track of where I was at the time. But getting around them is not as difficult as it may seem just because of their floor range. I'm almost through Assassins already, which is super breatherific, but this is just the start of the disaster that's about to come.
I at least picked up stronger this time, so that's not too bad.
It's stronger. The funny thing about healing spells, eLmaGus mentioned earlier, there's a tiering system with magic. There will be a spell like Spark, which is the lowest level fire spell, compared to Fireball or Firebird, which is the strongest level, Fireball being middle. Stronger is a tier 2 healing spell. Comparatively to the others, it costs more for what it heals, so it's not as good in terms of efficiency, but it's still important because it's a heal spell, and sometimes it's the best you got. Now, in the range of floors I'm in, I just got into the ancient cave portion of the cave. This music you'll be hearing for the remainder of the cave until we hit the jelly at the end, if we're fortunate enough to hit the jelly. The enemies from here until floor 43 include green cores, which are the third of the 4 core enemies. So if I find any of them, I'm going to want to fight them. But as the game loves to do, it can either prove you wrong by giving you no cores, or just have them tease you and then run away. So with my luck, I probably won't get any, especially since I found 1 blue core earlier, and a couple of red cores. Now, immediately after green cores come ninjas, which are another common run ender. And then after that, we have a little bit of breathing room.
Sure. The floor 15 Decker Blades, easy every time.
Did you just do it?
After I die, of course, easy, easy.
I'm gonna smash you. Oh my gosh, that's good luck.
Well, I mean, it's just a naked Decker Blade, so...
Hey, you can make it.
You can make it, yeah.
I found a sizzle sword on floor 42.
That's a nice weapon, too.
As far as weaponry goes, there is a blaze sword and a sizzle sword. They are not the same weapon, despite being named pretty much the same thing. Sizzle sword, I believe, is Maxim exclusive. Or
Salon can also wear the sizzle sword.
Oh, she can.
Salon is the character that can equip the most items out of anybody, which is actually kind of interesting and makes her a pretty decent choice for the Ancient Cave.
Yeah, statistically, she's about the same as Maxim. She's not the really average speed, really average offense, a little bit lower than average defense. But yeah, her ability to equip just so much in terms of variety is a real important boon for the cave, because sometimes you just find a bunch of neat things, especially lady-only equipment, and you just need someone to wear it.
No.
Tia can wear a lot as well, but not quite as much as her, because Salon is trained in the art of swordsmanship, and Tia is unfortunately not.
Oh boy, Iris Pot. Easy game, dude. Here we go.
Iris percent, baby.
Easy game. Iris Pot is ironically the item I'm always missing for Iris percent, so yay. Deadly Sword.
Now, is that the good Deadly Sword? I don't know what floor you're on yet.
Yeah, I'm still on the floors where it's good.
Alright. The reason I asked about the... The reason I asked about the sword being good or not is because this game actually has 2 swords with the same name, in the case of the Deadly Sword. I couldn't explain why. One of them is quote-unquote good, the other is quote-unquote bad. The good one has the 80% chance to kill. Is that a Misto Jewel from a ninja? Oh my gosh! That's a 2% drop.
Nice. Yeah, so the translation error, there's the 2 Deadly Swords, it's been cleared up in the PAL versions. Like, in the English translation of the PAL version, there's a Deadly Sword and a Lethal Sword. Which obviously makes a little bit more sense than having 2 Deadly Swords, but yeah, the bad Deadly Sword, which is also in the normal game, will just have a 50% critical hit rate. That's it. Which, incidentally, that would actually be useful if cores wouldn't be bugged out, because critical hits pierce defense. So, like, the cores don't take any damage from anything normally, or they're not supposed to, but crits could pierce that specific defense there. But since cores are bugged out with the magic resistance, you can just kill them super easily with any magic you want. And I'm having fun. Tia escapes, as she does.
There's certain capsule monsters that are better than others. Tia escaped. Not all capsule monsters run away. Some of them just defend perpetually. Others have various levels of offensive capabilities. Some are good, some are better, and some are Flash.
Flash is actually one of the capsule monsters that almost never runs away, so there is that. Very rarely will Flash run away, but Flash is the healing capsule monster, which sounds nice, but in the context of the Ancient Cave, it's not really necessary, so yeah.
It would be nice if you could control who Flash is capable of healing, but due to just the mechanics of capsule monsters in general, they just operate off of AI and do whatever they feel like.
Yep.
Sometimes they will heal somebody who is at full HP. Sometimes they will attack someone who they can't actually hit. It's amusing, to say the least. Oof.
Can someone explain the Sir Custom 11? The Sir Custom 11 is a guitar brand, which I believe the creators of Lufia 2 have specifically put in as a guitar. It is translated that way because, you know, one of the creators of this game was actually a good friend of the guitar creators of that specific brand. So it has been translated that way. In the PAL versions, again, it's a bit more upfront. It will just be a guitar, pretty much, for you. Where are the stairs on this floor? This floor is huge.
Thanks, RC. I just stumbled into a back attack by some demises. This gets into these strange enemy movement mechanics. Some enemies will run away from you, some enemies will chase you. Some enemies will teleport away from you, some enemies will teleport towards you. It's a mixed bag. Some make a direct charge to you vertically, some horizontally. What I did was I found an enemy that teleports when you're far away, and when you're close, it just wanders around for every 2 tiles that you step in. That may not seem so bad because you can kind of predict where they'll go, but if you're in a narrow hallway, you may not have the luxury of being able to run out of its way. Incidentally, the green versions of them teleport when you're close and make a mad dash away from you when they're far away. So sometimes it can be easy to confuse them on top of each other, like me. I can't remember what does what sometimes. Another entertaining aspect of enemy teleportation is that they can sometimes teleport across rooms if you're close to a door. If they teleport into a doorway, until you load the next room that they would have to be generated in, they'll just idle there, which means sometimes they can just sit in the doorway and frustrate you and not let you through because they're really scary and they'll one-hit kill you.
I'm gonna have fun here.
What do you find?
Very nice treasure room for me.
Loot chests?
No, it's full of stuff I can't kill. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I'm gonna have to fight at least some of this nonsense.
Someone says I'm frozen. Am I still frozen?
I'm working on it. Your stream went down for a second.
It's okay, I believe we have me in close-up. And that was apparently Decker's hair, so I mean...
We should be good now, so don't worry about it.
This is so much fun for me. Oh yeah!
I'm taking a minute to feed Zeppy here. You want to explain feeding?
I mean, I have time, so why not?
Do you want to? I mean, no one really wants to explain feeding.
Feeding is
talk about it. It's a quirky aspect of the game.
Yeah, it's actually kind of straightforward. So feeding is supposed... It's a bit bugged out in the US version, but feeding is supposed to be straightforward. Depending on the level of your item, feeding an item to a capsule monster will increase the happiness bar by a certain amount, and you have to fill it up all the way to evolve it. And it always has an item displayed there that it should always eat and like. That system is a bit bugged out in the US version of the game, as so many things are in this version. But essentially it still boils down to, you know, level of item determines how much the bar advances, and then, yeah, and if you hit the end of the bar... I'm actually going to use this. If you hit the end of the bar, you will evolve the capsule monster. Every capsule monster has 4 forms and a master form. On top of that, you can reach the master form by feeding a certain fruit to your capsule monster, which is very hard to obtain in the ancient cave because you have to get it through a drop. Well, this is a hoot and a half. I want to at least kill that guy. I have a regain. I'm using a miracle, I guess. I need somebody to have stronger anyways. Okay, fair game.
Scarlet, don't tell eLmaGus I just found a Sky Sword, okay?
I would kill for a Sky Sword right about now. Hopefully he's fast enough. I don't think he is. Nope, but it doesn't matter. Hey man, I have the Decker Blade, so I can't complain, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty envious of that Decker. I'd trade a Sky Sword. I'd trade my Dragon Spear and a Sky Sword for that Decker Blade.
You know what? I would take the Dragon Spear right now. Like, seriously, I would trade. At this very moment. Ooh, Deadly Armor. I'm actually going to put that on Maxim, which is a bit of a gamble, but I also have the Deadly Sword already, and the Deadly Armor is reasonably strong. It also protects against instant death. So that is definitely not a bad thing to have on. It's unfortunately also a cursed item, which means that I cannot unequip it unless I curse lift it. Now, one advantage here is that if you curse lift one item, you curse lift another one that you have equipped automatically. So
it's a nice 2-for-1 there.
Yeah.
Deadly Armor, when it's uncursed, also has the unique niche of being one of the only armors in the game that gives an attack stat.
True.
Which is great in terms of looking for something to attack and kill the jelly with, because you want to pump your attack as high as you possibly can under every circumstance ever.
Oh yeah, it does! Come on, I'm faster than these guys.
Surfacos are scary. Surfacos are one of the enemies that get a lot of attacks per round. They get 3, which is among the highest of all of the enemies' multi-attack potentials that you'll ever run into. Just don't mess with them and you'll be okay.
Do you folks mind if I plug some upcoming incentives?
Absolutely.
Go right ahead, as long as you mention Deborah as the right choice, I'm fine.
Alright, I think that's a fair trade. So coming up next, we do have A&D's Pool of Radiance, and absolutely none of the naming incentives have been donated towards yet, making me very sad. You should totally name some of these awesome characters. You can also have MS Kane lose to the copy protection boss and show the betrayal ending. Also, neither of which have anything donated towards them yet. Super, super sad. And of course, as Goose says, tomorrow we do have Dragon Quest V coming up, and you can donate to the best waifu, Deborah, who is already in the lead with $250.
Can this be any more annoying than this? Please.
The bee hallway? Sounds like a bee hallway to me.
There is a Draconian in the hallway with the bee, so I can't even get past the bee correctly because the Draconian is still there. That's so annoying.
You could kill the bees, they have a pretty decent drop. They have a, depending on the bee, you could potentially get a bee rock. A bee rock gives one of the highest speed bonuses out of all of the accessories that the game offers. I just got 2 no cores. This is the final of the colored cores because it has no color. It's clear, I guess. They give a whopping 55,555 XP per kill. I should have placed an incentive for myself to donate $1 for every core I hit, because that's a ridiculously lucky find. And no cores. Yeah, that makes me happy. I'm sorry, eLmaGus. Like
it's okay, we're limping through this thing right now, it's fine. It's like on one leg, we're jumping here. Oh man. It's because I have a Decker Blade. It's never good to have a Decker Blade this early. The game knows, man. It knows! Also, I have nothing. Like, no attack spell, nothing. Ah, mama.
Oof. Warm eyes.
Mommy. X-Boomer, like, you know your run is not great when you actually are happy about an X-Boomer. Dear word. This might... okay.
Now I'm in the 60s, and there's a lot of scary enemies in the 60s that will charge you. One of which you just saw me dance around with a Warm Eye. They typically come between 2 and 4. They can go multiple times per turn and paralyze you. They can use that paralysis attack multiple times per round of combat, which is scary. Here's a gold Goron blocking a doorway. It's a funny little translation doodad in the game, just because you'd expect to be called golems, but the American version calls them gorums. Gold gorums can go 3 times per round, and they are merciless. They can use an attack called Golden Mist, which hits everyone for probably the equivalent of a 1-hit KO, except for maybe Decker, depending on what level he is and if he has any decent armor. You'll see I'm just poking them in the back and then running away, and then poking them in the back and then running away so I can get the back attack. It's the only chance I have to take them on. And even with an 80% chance of killing with this, I have a Warm Eye immediately in front of them. So I'm going to try something a little different here.
Alright, I'm gonna actually give the flame shield to Decker here. I should live. Yeah, he should be fine. He should be fine, right? Yeah, he's good. I have no res though. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Ah, kill me now, dude. I mean, you essentially just did cave, but yeah, kill me now.
Did you just get ancient caved? What did you find? I must know.
It's 4 blue mimics blocking the door. Only Decker is alive. I have no enemies I can bounce off of, so this is essentially just a reset. I have the flame shield, I suppose. Okay, so I actually have literally no chance here. Like, absolutely 0 chance to get past that. So, like, I will actually, for the first time in my life, Providence, because it made no sense to even try. The time beforehand, I actually still had a chance. Like, you know, if they didn't frenzy, I could have killed them, but this is just, like, impossible.
That's absurd.
That is very absurd, yeah. But there's nothing I can do about that. That's pretty funny. It's okay. Round 3. Still got an hour. It's fine. You know? Just
You've
gotta
done it in less.
pick up the pace.
New PB right there. You can do it.
I don't even need to PB. I have plenty of time. I can take a coffee break in between, dude. Yeah. But now I will of course have to play a little bit more aggressive than I would normally for marathons, because, you know... Otherwise, I will not see the very bottom of this fantastic cave. That's 2 times in a row by Blue Mimics though, which is actually pretty rare. Like, they are supposed to block you once in a while, but 2 times, that face on the door
is for you is rare.
Pretty rare. Well, back to back it's rare. Like, it happens once in a while, but, you know, it's not supposed to happen 2 times back to back.
Nah, you're supposed to get smashed by assassins.
Exactly!
Ninjas, and then Blue Mimics.
Exactly! Like, they are supposed to alternate between each other.
And, Archfiends, and Leeches, and... Yeah, there's plenty of other scary things in here that could end your life and give you frustration. You're right, that was kind of rare that you got slammed twice back to back.
Dzak with 5 billion sub gifts. Jesus.
Wow. Thank you, Dzak. I'm not sure exactly what just happened, but that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for the 20 gift subs. Holy shnikes.
Also lost that lotto. Baby rage. I'm actually gonna kill these, I think. He should kill them in one hit.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm holding it. I'm still holding it.
I just got a visit from my father. Was not expecting a knock on my door.
Ariel, thank you very much for gifting me a sub. Thank you. I won lottery. Hooray. Even though it wasn't a real lottery. Oh, this is just like the dream come true here. This is not how I would reach floor 99 in an hour, by the way, in case you couldn't tell.
Dia ring.
This horse is mad. Okay. Oh boy. This is a reasonable treasure room, I want to say. Before we go in though, I do want to make sure I know where the stairs are.
A water spear? Oof.
Can you
Not
stop?
too bad.
Can you share a couple of your items at least? I just made a big mistake here. It's okay, it's okay, this will be...
That's right, you still have the... Oh wait, no, you don't have the Decker Blade anymore, right? Because you had to restart.
damn straight I don't.
Ancient Cave giveth. Ancient Cave taketh away.
Spark is not
Ancient
gonna...
Cave giveth me 4 Berserk Blades this run now.
Lost out on a lot of treasure there, unfortunately, because of my mistake. Man. I think this game missed me. I think that's what it is, honestly. This game can be very cruel in that way.
I went in there to feed a Berserk Blade and I didn't. Oof.
I didn't even play LTTP Rando, that's like the thing. Hello? I've never seen a lizard move that way. Not that it was really bad, but that was weird. Oh yeah, I played poker way before AC.
80% whiffs. Ugh.
Don't you dare die, I got all my money on you now. Like, I'm just like chilling here, trying to, you know, cruise along.
So I tell these Mega Cyclops to not use scare tactics on my Deadly Blade, or Deadly Rod.
Curse Lifter, not too bad. Gotta have the Deadly to go along with it, though.
Oof, and I found my first round of genies. Earth genies. ×3. Genies are quirky enemies. They defend a lot. There's 4 elemental genies in this game, and they all have a really powerful AoE attack that they only sometimes use. If 2 of them use it, you're probably 1 round KO'd. So you gotta be very careful. And they also have about 1200 hit points, which makes running or battling them kind of difficult. You have to know their elemental weaknesses, which isn't always obvious. Fire genies are weak to ice, for instance, which you may not think off the top of your head.
Alright, Iris percent still lives. Found a helmet. Hey, hold on, I still have the pot, right? No.
You probably missed out with the pot.
I lost the pot because I went back in. Baby rage. So yeah, if you ever run Iris percent, don't just go back in if you find an Iris item. It disappears. Pro tip. I didn't actually know that.
You may not want to run Iris percent.
I mean, I was going to say that, but yeah.
So there's a pseudo collectathon of Iris items. There's 9 collectible Iris items plus 1 that you get for defeating the jelly at the end of the cave. They can all be deposited into a room, and in that room, you basically get a congratulations note. It's kind of like in Pokemon Blue and Red and whatnot, where you get your certificate that says you completed a Pokedex, but you don't even get that. It does show up at the end credits, though, if you collected all the Iris items. Because at the end of the game, it gives you kind of a wrap-up of your collective time spent, battles run from, etc. Does it list the Iris items that you found in there? It does not even do that.
It does have Ancient Cave stats, but I don't remember if the Iris items are on there or not. That's usually something I didn't pay attention to when I speedran the normal game. Simply because that sheet is obviously empty as well, so yeah.
You could be Cruel, who runs that stuff daily, because he's a masochist.
Yeah, let's not be cruel. He does all kinds of... wow. Crazy runs, not only for this game, but in general, so... no thank you. Alright, so I'm getting word that I still have the pot, but I will only see it after the run. So Iris percent still lives! Good news, everybody! We got 2! Why people know that, I don't know.
Because they know how to keep track of their, I would say they know how to keep track of their pot, but I really don't feel like that's the best thing to say.
Who goes back in immediately with an Iris item? I sure don't. I have 55 minutes, you say. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to speed through the last part. But I will need to get a certain base amount of items here, otherwise I can't try.
Ooh, old armor. We talked about how items have IP abilities that give certain perks like percentage of fractal damage or other things like preventative of stat effects and whatnot. Some armor will revive you entirely, which is super nice, and old armor is one of them. It takes almost all of the IP that the user has, but it's a full party revive, which is great for people like Decker who have no magic to ergo use magical spells with. It also means that the limited amount of recovery items that you may or may not have access to doesn't always need to be considered, because you'll just revive your whole party by using an item's IP ability.
Alright, I found a couple of things I can work with, a Fatal Pick and a Deadly Sword. We have one Curse Lifter. Just need a healing spell now, and I can try to go nuts, actually.
Fatal Picks are okay. They're no Deadly Rod.
Ah, but at this point, I mean, I don't really care.
They get the job done, right?
Yeah. Did find a Christ shield as well, which is pretty nice for Salon. It's a crystal shield. Like, you know, just like badly translated, but only she can equip it, and it's pretty strong for her.
That's a nice shield. Elemental shields reduce the amount of damage you take from certain elemental attacks, which, if an enemy is an elemental type, even their physical attacks do damage of that element. In my opinion, it's a really weird quirk of the damage system in this game. But I guess, you know, if a ball of fire punches you, it's gonna burn.
That sounds reasonable. Ah, pumpkins. I just wanted the chest, man. It's hardly a race anymore. I mean, but, you know, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best here.
That was a precarious floor. 2 Archfiends and a genie that were chasing me,
Oh boy.
but I got out. I am on floor 80 at this point.
Not bad. Got about 40 minutes to finish, so take your time.
I would love to find a Decker Blade or an old sword, because I have that Cancer Rock.
If I know this game, and I want to say I do,
I'm not gonna find what I need.
the blue chest I have up here is a Gades Blade. 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
What's so cool about a Gades
Damn it.
Blade, man?
Now, the Gades Blade is a weapon you can actually get in the main story for defeating Gordo von Gades, which is a super boss that you're not, you know, don't have to defeat. And it's Shadow Elemental, and it's, you know, it's alright. It's not like the strongest weapon around or anything like that, but the real good thing about the Gades Blade is that it has an IP attack that lets you attack 8 times in a row. Which, that's a lot. It can deal up to 3k damage for either Guy or Decker if they have it equipped, if you buff them. So, it is super useful for the jelly. Alright. Yeah, okay, we have seen enough here. I'm just gonna have to switch to... take what I can get, if not, then stairs. Stairs, please. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast, man! I really don't like I really don't like doing that without a healing spell, but my options right here are very limited. Oh dear. This is all kinds of stupid. This is all kinds of stupid, man.
Stupid good items or stupid tough enemies?
Alright, that one well. I think I made it without cursing very far. Ay. Gameplay F9, thank you for rolling in. I know that's not what you expect to hear when you rate this channel, but now I'm here. Oh boy. I've had better days in my life, I'll tell you that much. Ah. We're good, we're having fun, and the game has fun with me, I guess.
Oh boy.
Ellie is actually on a reasonable run here, so hopefully we can see at least one runner having a good finish here.
Floor 83. Once you hit floor 87, the name of the game really changes. Because at 88, the only enemies that you're going to run into are dragons and dark summoners. Dragons vary in terms of their power. Some of them are scary, some of them are scarier. Some of them are very scary.
That's a good way of putting it.
The gold, there's copper, silver, and gold dragons. Silvers and golds are immune to status ailments, and they're immune to other things like paralysis and things. They can all be instant killed, which is super convenient, so a deadly strat can work on them. But overall, it's just very precarious to get into encounters with them because copper dragons, silver dragons, and gold dragons have one turn per, I guess, tier, you could call them. And they have a mixed bag of attacks, some of which are dangerous, like Cinder Blast from copper dragons, which is alright in power. Selen probably can't survive it under normal circumstances, but everyone else could. Silver dragons have an attack called Diamond Dust, which is very powerful, and they can actually go twice per turn, and they can use that twice per turn each, which can be extremely scary. Gold dragons have an attack called Stardust Blow, which we named our last Ancient Cave-a-thon after because of it just being so ridiculously powerful. If you're hit by Stardust Blows, you die. And if somehow you survive, you'll die.
If you have Holy Protection, you can live, but Holy Protection is very rare in this game. There's a couple items outside the cave that have it, but only a very select few that have it inside here.
Hold on a moment, my stream appears to have disconnected itself again.
It always happens when I'm around floor 32.
What are you channeling evil energy to me for?
No, I don't know. It's the blue mimics, man. Can I please just find the stairs? I'm on the last floor where blue mimics could be.
Am I back up? Shallow?
It's RPG chick, but not yet.
Okay. Alright. No, sorry. Am I back up RPG chick? I'm just running around in circles right now.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna recrop you real quick.
Okay.
Maxim, you're so bad. Why are you so bad? Not dead? Please.
I found a Gorgon rock.
Hey, I got the same.
Oh, nice. A Gorgon Rock is very different from a Gorgon Rock, because a Gorgon Rock is an accessory that deals fractional damage, and a Gorgon Rock is just an attack.
Alright, no blue mimics! Get out of here, my friends! Made it. Floor 32. Celebrations. The crowd goes wild.
Is possibly blue cores.
Yeah, I got 2 already.
Excellent.
Excellent! I also have Valor!
Oh, double nice.
Gorgon Rock, like a true German, yeah. Donations are read out. RPG will bother us as soon as they come in. Don't worry about it. Sometimes donations, just for information, sometimes donations just take about a little while to process, and nobody has any influence on that, but the site itself that it processes it, so... Don't panic if it's not read out immediately.
Oof. Here's a couple of scary dragons.
Okay, now that I'm all cropped, I do have donations.
Go right ahead unless Ellie has something against it.
No, nothing.
Alright.
No, please. I don't want to talk during this.
NC Commander John donates $20. Didn't realize at all that you were running today, Elieson. Good luck on the run, bro, and all the others. NC Commander John, if you have somewhere you would like to put that towards one of the incentives, you can let us know in chat.
Deborah!
And and then $15 from Xandra, $2 each from the AD&D Pool of Radiant Skulls. Fighter 1 is Tora, Fighter 2 Ollie, Fighter 3 Evie, Fighter 4 Tabby, the Cleric is Izzy, Magic User is Cat Goddess, and also $3 to name Terra Xandra in Final Fantasy VI. Thank you both for your donations.
Thank you, N7 Johnny Boy.
I'm getting an actual amount of blue cores. Deborah!
If I could make a choose, really quick, how far in the lead is Deborah?
It's by like
$250 to
Yeah. but it needs more. It needs more.
What's the spelling of Deborah? I'm unfamiliar with your spelling. Is it with the?
It's
I found your iris pot.
my pot. Why do you take my pot away from me? Rude.
Deborah is DEBORAH in this case.
Can we put that donation towards Deborah with no H?
Well, it's not a naming thing, it's just, there's 3 waifus to choose from. There's Nera, there's Deborah, and there's, Bianca.
Oh, then we'll put it towards Deborah.
Good.
Can't even let me mess with eLmaGus, you silly non-heroes.
I mean, you could have put it towards Nera or Bianca, but...
Nah, I don't think it does as much. I'm a little nervous because I don't have much in the way of fractals. And I'm on floor 94. And a lot can go wrong in the next 5 floors. I'll have you no game. For audience.
No, it's always good to let the game know as well. Gotta show the game that you're afraid. Maybe it takes mercy on you. Oh, look, it's High Spirits. He's upset about something. I don't know. What's going on, High Spirits? How you doing? I hate these guys.
Oh wow, a party room. don't have to go through it. But you can imagine the Dragon Con at this stage of the game would be pretty much impossible to recover from.
The run goes perfect! Perfect! We are on floor 30-something, and I have nothing. 40 minutes to finish. Sounds free to me. Alright. Thunder Blast. Should get enough. Should be good enough. I wasn't expecting the critical necessarily, but... Alright.
Floors 97 and 98. That better give me something good. By good, I don't mean 100 dragons for EXP that I don't need.
Do you mean don't need? Fight all of them.
What is this, 100%?
I mean, you got the time.
I found a dragon spell, does that count?
Eh. My boy Blaze. How about a Cancer Rock game?
Cancer Rock would be nice right about now.
Don't you have one?
I've got one. I'm saying for you.
Yeah, would have been nice, that's for sure. But
A
the
little extra defense.
game has other plans. I see.
That door. Alright. Last chance. Last call for chests. Last call for fractals. Deadly Rod is not the only fractal I would like to have. Looks like it. Unless it's a single copper. Double copper. Forget it. I'm just gonna get to the jelly. You know what? No. Gosh darn it, this is a marathon. What do I look like?
Good morning, Bob. There is some ancient cave happening here. It's all happening on me. But Ellie has a chance to finish here, so... You're very close, right, to the jelly?
Yeah, I'm on floor 98, and I found the stairs. They're safe.
Okay.
Oh boy, a Cinder Blast. Don't kill Salon, don't kill Salon. Oh, no, it killed... Oh, there goes my jelly kill. Maxim got exactly killed by a Cinder Blast. Well, looks like I have some time to IP.
If only you could switch Maxim out.
Yeah, don't worry about switching sound to me, and I'm not streaming with sound at the moment anyway.
There! Oh, it sure did, yeah. I have 35 minutes to finish. I'm on floor 40. Easy. My boy Blaze! Ah, close. Tried. And then we die for it? No. Alright, can we just like move out of this room for 1 second, please? Before we do that room, let's make sure I didn't miss the stairs. I have a hunch that it's in there though, just because it's me. Oh no, we're fine. He will still be IP farming when I get there in an hour.
Yeah, probably.
That's the kind of the cruel part about the Ancient Cave at the end. You do need your IP, and it is very hard to be strong enough to actually endure attacks and not die. If you die, you lose your IP, if that wasn't obvious already, but yeah. Alright.
I could have dealt with it if only Salon died, but nope, can't get that fortunate. I've got Artie and Decker with full IP and no Decker Blade.
Alright. I do need these boys here. And I do need them to stay, and then I have a shot to go all the way. Oh, we're good on HP.
Triple Courage and Salon and Maxim barely survive a Cinder Blast.
Mm.
I'm level 32. That's not really all that off.
Yeah, Max in front row though. We usually in a run, Maxim would be back row.
Yeah, good point. Oh.
Yeah, there's front and back row in this game. If you, we haven't actually talked about that at all. But obviously, if you're in the front row, you take and deal more damage as compared to the back row, where you take less but also deal less damage. Dun, 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 dun. Now, the thing is that not only your party has a front and back row, the enemy formation also can have one. Which is actually kind of important, so they will get the same reduction. And back row against each other does count, so it's double reduction in that instance. Got one green boy.
I would love a smoke bomb right now. I just don't have one, and this dragon will not give me a free turn to run away. He keeps poking my people, and not Decker. Gosh.
Got another green boy. Alright, we might be able to at least go all the way.
Cast mirror or do something that's not attack.
So
Smoke balls are an item that will guarantee a runaway if you use it, and it's great to have on people like Artie, who are very fast and will go first. Runaway mechanics in this game are a little different from other games. It randomly checks for whoever your party member is that has the potential to run, and then it uses their agility to determine whether or not you can actually run away. What that ultimately means is that sometimes Decker's speed will be checked, and sometimes Artie's speed will be checked. But if you have a smoke ball, then you can just use Artie to use the smoke ball no matter what, go first, and be done with the battle entirely.
Half an hour for 50 floors. Sounds easy to me. Alright, I gotta go fast here. I have nothing, but if I want to have any chance at this point to be an estimate, I have to be a little bit rash here.
I've got one more room I can check for an item. I managed to get full IP off of that insanely evil yet generous copper.
Blaze is so annoying, he's so fast. I do.
Complaining about Blaze?
Yeah. just getting turns and preemptives when I want to run away. Alright, so these floors here should be the last ones that are truly, truly annoying.
No, my final treasure is a high magic.
GG, dude. So, you can get lucky.
Alright guys, welcome to the final floor, the glitched as can possibly be final floor in my version of the game. I won't ask anyone to explain it, it's just a mess.
Yeah, so Ellie's going to want to equip everything in a very specific manner. We talked about IP attacks before. He's going to try to optimize his party in a way where he can utilize the most important IP attacks with every character he can, and additionally, he's going to put as many strength boosting equipment as he can on characters that have it available. So stuff like the old armor, which was already good for healing, also gives attack. He wants to have that on Decker, for instance, or if he has any Kamu armors, or Holy Wings for Salon. They will give you additional attack power.
I have a red saber for Maxim.
Good guy video game.
Attack there for the sick triple.
Lizard Blow. Damn it. I thought it worked.
I have a mini shield. I forgot all about that. That'll help. But I also have Zeppy.
Oh yeah. Mini Shield has the IP Battle Lost, which is a better strength buff than your spell trick that you have is, so... it's only single target though, but it can still be very useful.
Super sword, don't I?
Why is every floor so Why is every floor so bad? Sorry, I almost said a bad word there.
Super sword's gonna be the best thing I got, I think. Yeah, I'm not using the blue chest swords on this because they don't really have a more powerful ability. What they'll often do is cast a second attack, like they'll cast a magic spell and then they'll do the attack that you want them to do. Which is nice in some cases, but in other cases not necessarily nice because sometimes doing a multiplied attack times 3 is better than doing whatever it is that you'd be planning to do. Yeah, Real Critical mentioned a Cancer Rock or Hydro Rock being good just to have obscene amounts of power. Cancer Rocks effectively mean if you don't have a different IP ability to use, you're effectively getting a triple strike. I've done that with Decker, so he can get double attack or 5 attacks with his Sky Sword, which is about as good as I can hope for. I've got pretty much everything all set now, so all that's left to do is go for it.
Good luck.
Alright, folks. Alright, now I'm going to do something I enjoy doing. I put on my calculator and try to calculate how much damage I do.
You can play along at home. Just open your calculators.
Good luck to you, Elieson.
That was bad. Double check, or should I attack and trick? Go for it. $15.29 off devastation, not bad. Does that mean her only did a punch? Let's see. Spec last. Yeah, that's nice. I'm definitely not getting this skill. Whoops, and I just attacked Decker, which was downright silly. Oh boy.
That's great.
Oh no, we're not here, run away!
That is not what you want to hear.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Happens to all of us before. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to get the kill anyway. I had 2 3X's and that was it. And you had 500 or 5,800 left.
Yeah. That is not happening. Anyways. GG, dude. Don't worry about it. It happens to everybody. That was stupid.
Making it down here was cool enough just to make it to the jelly. This is my first marathon jelly find.
That's not bad.
So next time we're gonna kill then. Make it all worth it.
Yeah, but it's like, if you don't get the gear, you don't get the kill. That's how easy it is, really. Excuse me?
Well, I'm going to Providence out. Go deposit my pot. Take a look at all the blue chests I found. Oh, I slowed down the chat. I was wondering why something was off. Please do not make fun of me for running away from the jelly. It was the most humiliating thing I've ever done. But
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about it. Everybody who's laughing at you has done it themselves.
If I had a Decker blade, then I would have.
Oh, that would have been a different story. I would have laughed about that.
Yeah, but only a Deadly Rod Fractal and a bunch of 3X's.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is
I mean,
not enough to get the jelly. Anyone who checks the numbers knows that.
at RPG Limit Break, I didn't uncurse my Deadly before the fight, so, you know, there's worse things you can do.
So check out, I've got, in terms of blue chests, I got a Sizzle Sword, Dragon Spear, Water Spear, Snow Sword, Sky Sword, Deer Ring, and Gorgon Rock. That would be a lot to go back into the cave with.
That seems pretty good, yeah.
But I definitely cannot take it in, unfortunately, because I can't make it to the jelly in 20 minutes.
What? Wow.
I'm not that good yet.
In the meantime, we have 20 minutes to finish the game. And we're on floor 68. And we got nothing! Hooray! I knew it. God.
Well, with that being said, I'm gonna suggest that Shala, or I'm sorry, RPG Chick, go ahead and end streaming me. It's pretty much over at this point. There's nothing else for me to do. I can't really make a run and make any significant progress. May as well have to focus on eLmaGus, who may have a chance to make it through at this point. So, RPG Valkyries and Speedrun Ragnarok, I bid you adieu until next time. eLmaGus, good luck. You got this.
Thank you. thank you for racing, man. Great run. From what I heard, it must have been pretty good. Unfortunate ending, but yeah, thanks, man.
You're welcome. We'll see you soon, eLmaGus. Get you next time.
Sounds good. All right.
Thank you, Elieson.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me and putting up with me. And I hope to have excited a couple of people, so that way you may encourage yourselves to try the Ancient Cave on your own. I guess I should. Do you mind if I plug our community?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. There's an Ancient Cave Discord channel. Go ahead and make it in the main chat. eLmaGus runs it. I'm a regular in there, and a couple of others. Some of the other bigger runners, like That's Fair Zach, who people who are familiar with this game may know. Real Critical, who is in the chat right now. He's definitely a key member there. It's a good place to be. We're all very laid back, and we all like to yell about how horrible the RNG game is here. So if you want to come join us, you'll be able to see streamers try to run the cave, and eLmaGus occasionally too, if he ends up running it instead of other Lufias at Lufiathon or something. With that said, I'll post the link in chat, and I'm out. Thank you all again for having me.
Have a good one.
I have to constantly. This is annoying. I have to constantly look at my timer.
It's alright, you have 20 minutes, you can do this.
18, yeah. I mean... Probably not. But we'll try. We'll try. The floors look like this, I probably won't be able to do it. Sad thing is I can't even ignore chests at this point that I run across because I still need so many things. Ugh. It looks like the Ancient Cave is winning.
Personally, I blame Wells for this, for wishing the Ancient Cave good luck.
Oh, it's always Wells' fault, obviously. Gorgon, come on. Gotta pull this guy.
While eLmaGus is scrambling to finish this, which he will, because he's Magus. Coming up next, we do have AD&D's Pool of Radiance with MS Kane. Currently, we have some names for our characters. The fighters are Tora, Ali, Evie, Tabby. The cleric is Izzy. The magic user is Cat Goddess. If you're unhappy with any of those names and you would like to change them, you can still totally bid for a new name. There is also donations to lose to the copy protection boss and show the betrayal ending, neither of which have been met yet. Coming up after that, there's some Final Fantasy IV naming incentives, and of course, coming up tomorrow morning is going to be High Spirits with Dragon Quest V. The Waifu Wars are going pretty strong with Deborah in the lead, $270 to nothing for the other two ladies.
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow we also have Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, a donation for 3-Heart Challenge, which is only $20 out of $200 right now. So if you want to see a 3-Heart Challenge for that run, you have time to get that in. And that would be really awesome, because that should be very challenging for the runner.
Oh boy. I have to be really careful here. go. Oh, we'll fight you. "15 minutes, it's not looking so good here. We're not looking so hot. Already, stop missing. That's good. We still need to input of IP, so these guys are also pretty alright to get me that. No Gorgon Rock though. RD, it would be lovely if it would start hitting now. That would be nice. Would be so nice of you. Oop. Oh. There we go. Hit Decker, no! Aha! Aha! Oh, hold on. We got something! Oh boy. 13 minutes, easy, dude. It's number 3, dude. We're on the run number 3. Great floor here. This looks like fun. Got blocked twice by blue mimics, for those who joined in late. There we go. Easy game. Oh god. That looked like the stairs. I really don't want that to be the stairs. It didn't look very closely though. I should have probably. Okay, more Gorgons. The Artie. The best thing is that I don't even have any spells that I can use. I have Spark, and that's it. Alright, we're not making it. Okay. It was nice while it lasted. I hope you enjoyed the speedrun of Lufia 2 Ancient Cave. I hope you enjoyed. Let me see here. Yeah.
That was a room. Wow.
It's still a room. It's okay though. This is fine. This is fine. Just fighting genies head on. No big deal at all. I'm gonna have you. I can't have you cast Valor. I will use Rejuvenation. Good job, Artie. Nice Incendiary. Okay, the thing is I can't die to Flame Genies because I have the Flame Shield. So we got that bonus going for us. That's the one bonus here. Also, my deadlies are so awkwardly distributed that... Oh, hello there. Another head-on fight. Sure, why not? It's just one win, Genie. How bad could it possibly be, right? See? F, dude. I do have the Aqua Helm. Alright, we're fine. We can get out of this room, somehow. There is a chance the stairs are below, though. And we're full IP, too. Da-da-da-da! All calculated. Hello, more genies, obviously. We can't have it be too easy, right? That would be boring. Now wouldn't it be? Oh, she lost all of her stuff? Well... Nice one. Alright, as long as the Earth Genie dies, we're fine. For the most part, anyways. Okay. We are free to run around here now. And probably realize that the stairs- Oh god, there's an Archfiend blocking the door. Alright, sweet stairs. Easy. Easy game. Who thought I was going to die there? I sure didn't.
Never doubted you for a second, Goose.
Now the unfortunate part about rooms like this, they cost you a little bit of time. Just a little. So I have 7 minutes to finish, yay! That is totally not going to happen, but... Especially if dragons block doors. There was nothing here, was there? Nope. I should give Salon magic. I don't know. I am at the mercy of the Valkyries as soon as the timer hits 2 hours. We're fighting, of course. With 3 deadly potentials. I'm ready to face any dragon. Yeah, the really bad thing is like you have to keep opening chests too, like, because I need items to kill the jelly with, and I'm kind of like stuck in this. I need to go fast, but I still need to collect stuff. Loop. Decker blades, come on. A Decker blade would make a kill possible, like it always does. I faced them, they didn't face me. Gorgons... have to fight them too. Do we have the jelly with the eyes on screen right now?
Yep.
I see. Of course. I think there was another way to go, though. There was. Let's take a look here. Yeah, ain't no way. Gotta fight the genies, of course, again. God. It's okay, though. Just these guys. By the way, whether you multicast this, Destroy has a 50% hit rate, whether you multicast it or not, that hit rate doesn't change, so it doesn't matter. Really, mathematically. Of course, sometimes you will kill too, and some guarantee or some kills will just disappear, but ultimately, it's not really... doesn't really matter. Hello? All eyes on me. Can somebody sing that for me?
You really don't want me to sing to you, I promise you.
Okay. Another great floor here?
While you're traversing those floors, we do have a $10 donation from Sparkover to name Fighter 1 in AD&D Bear.
It's a good name. We have to move in here. It's just an ice rogue. Nah, it's mathematically correct, RC. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, goody. Get out of here, please! That's weird. Man, these floors are god-awful. I think I'm just gonna kill this guy. Try to anyways. 2 minutes, 12 floors, and the jelly. Easy, dude. Easy. Gale! That's an offensive spell, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Alright, we gotta go out and start. It's just coppers again. So at this point, the only thing that can save this run is a magic Decker Blade. But I mean, that can always pop up here, so never give up, never surrender. Unless the Valkyries want to cut you off, which is perfectly fine. Of course, then we have to surrender.
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. We're still fighting. Uh, 91. I made it to 91 below 2 hours. Success. We're just fighting. Away from me. Oh, there's my Gades Blade. There it is! I can show off something with that, actually. That's kind of funky. So that wouldn't even be the worst.
You have the thumbs up to keep going, Goose, so keep going.
Alright. Shouldn't take much longer, honestly, we're almost there, and I still don't have anything. But yeah. Good old Aaron dress. That doesn't help at all. These Necros, by the way, they are more dangerous than dragons. Just as a heads up. Can this dragon please not? Alright, I don't care what it is, I'm fighting it. The game is making it boring, it's only copper dragons every time. I wanna look like a hero fighting gold dragons here. Come on, video game. I don't know if I want that chest or not. We have a curse lifter. I have a smoke wall, right? I do. Not even worried, honestly. This guy is moving, even though he's off screen. I'm scared of you. That's my 4th magic fruit, I think. So we'll at least get place M. Not M. Place 4. Hello? Oh, I got a tier 3 spell. That's actually one of the things I needed. Oh, an old sword? Alright. Okay. Okie dokie, game. I can work with all these items you just gave me. There's hope on the horizon, my friends. Necros have this annoying ability to teleport into places you don't want them to be. Don't answer in, foolish. He watches my stream regularly. He's a troll. Just a heads up. Okay, anyways. I'm ready to kill? Nah, we're far, far away from that, but... we got like some sort of almost equipment that would almost do something. You're always trolling, dude. Please. We don't have Trick, no. We don't have Trick at all. Which honestly is not even... I mean, of course bad, but like, it doesn't even matter at this point right now because I don't have anything strong to go off of anyways. Boom. Damn it. It doesn't want to give me the stuff I need. Go away, Necro. Go away. Two more floors. Two more chances. Nice dress you got there. Oh dear. This doesn't bode well. I might have to face a dragon here, like, you know, run into it. Need to confirm over here, but it looks that way. Ah, maybe not. Maybe not. Nope. We good. Smoke ball. Destroy missed? What? Aw, that's a waste of a smoke ball. It's not a waste, but yeah. So what the smoke ball does is essentially it lets you run away as soon as you use it, so if a fast party member uses it, you can run away even though sometimes your agility rolls will let you. I use it behind here with Decker, because if I happen to miss
Alright, sorry about this, folks, but it looks like eLmaGus is offline, and I don't know how long it's gonna take him to come back up. I agree. I think the jelly won the race also. Yeah, so unfortunately that does mean we're not really gonna get to see the end of that. Sorry. That really stinks. But our next runner is getting set up, so we do have AD&D's Pool of Radiance coming up next with MS Kane. And while I'm waiting for them to set up, just to remind you on this Mental Health Week, Mental Health Day, that we are supporting Take This, which is an organization that does help people with mental health issues, providing information and help for the people who are suffering, as well as family members and friends. Apparently internet went out in eLmaGus's case.